Live from clickorlando.com, News 6 Plus, and WKMG. We're getting results in your neighborhood now at 6:30 p.m.
Good evening. This is News 6 at 6:30, getting results. Thank you for joining us here live on News 6 Plus. I'm Ginger Gadsden.
And I'm Justin Mormouth. A local city envisioning a new future for a stretch of land known for criminal activity and violence.
So in case you're not familiar with the compound in Palm Bay, it's a stretch of abandoned land in the southwest part of the city. It's roughly 5 miles long and about 2.5 miles wide. It's mostly undeveloped, and in recent months, officials have been trying to figure out what to put there. News 6's Troy Campbell is live in Palm Bay tonight, where one developer is making a pitch. Troy.
Yeah, and I can tell you that the commission or the council chambers, it's filled with people. A lot of people are wearing their USA BMX apparel, and that is because we're expected to hear a presentation. It has just started from a representative from USA BMX on their idea to transform that area of the compound. Now, of course, we know for years city officials have struggled with what to do to redevelop the area known as the compound. The area has been the scene of several murders and other crimes. There have been several ideas that have floated around, but nothing has yet to actually come to fruition. Now, someone's stepping up saying that they want to turn the area into a BMX sports complex. City council members are expected to hear the presentation that says the facility will be used for national level competitions. The group says their study shows a projected annual income or economic impact of $2.5 million for the area. The group estimates nearly 70% of attendees for the events will come from out of the county and will spend their money while visiting. We spoke to the representative from USA BMX ahead of his presentation. Take a listen.
When the people came to Palm Bay and they said, hey, we want this new facility, where can we put it? Palm Bay said, hey, would the compound work? And I looked at that location. I actually drove out to that location today. I've spent time with the city talking about it.
So again, that presentation is underway right now here behind me at Palm Bay City Hall. So we will have more on that a little later at 11. We're also speaking to people who showed up at the meeting to get their thoughts about the prospective complex. Live in Palm Bay, Troy Campbell, Getting Results, News 6.
Should be an interesting discussion. All right, Troy, thank you. And the community is hoping that putting something, really anything, where the compound is will make that area safer. It's been the site of several murders, as Troy mentioned, in the last 2 years, including 2 teenagers shot to death on Christmas Day in 2022. The body of another man was dumped at the site last year. The suspects in both cases are facing decades in prison. Well, it happened in a split second. An Oviedo family was heating up dinner when their oven door exploded.
Yeah, that glass shattered, cutting a woman's leg. The couple turned to News 6 for results. And as investigator Lewis Bolden found out, this is not the first kitchen where this has happened.
There's glass inside of this thing. There is glass all in here.
John Peter Trask is down an oven and possibly a grand. He says his mom was heating up garlic bread when the oven door exploded.
I heard this sound of something smashing or breaking.
The glass shattered, some of the shards cutting his mom's leg.
She was standing there, not right in front of it. So if that side angle is enough to do that, what if anyone was standing right in front of this when that happened? That could have been a devastating injury.
Trask and his wife brought their Frigidaire oven in 2020. He says after the glass broke, the company offered to replace the door, but he turned down the offer.
The previous pane of glass blew out. Why do I want another accident waiting to happen in my house?
Did the company give any indication that they had heard of this happening before?
No.
We found out this has happened before, and not just to Frigidaire ovens.
In a statement to News 6, the Consumer Product Safety Commission says since 2018, there have been more than 900 incidents of glass oven doors shattering or exploding.
We checked their database and found reports from across the country. In April, this woman wrote, she was walking down the hallway when she heard what sounded like a gun went off. She says she turned around and her oven glass had exploded. In 2021, this man says his General Electric oven door shattered while he was preheating the oven. And back in 2014, this woman wrote her Frigidaire oven exploded when it wasn't even being used.
Do you believe that should be enough to spark a recall.
Absolutely.
News 6 asked the Consumer Product Safety Commission why it hasn't issued a recall. A spokesperson says while it has not issued recalls or warnings, it does take all incidents seriously. We followed up and asked what triggers a recall. The spokesperson only told us that recalls are case by case. The agency recommends you follow the manufacturer's instructions and try not to bump or scratch the oven door.
It's kind of like having a ticking time bomb in your kitchen.
We reached out to Electrolux, the company that manufactures Frigidaire ovens. In a statement, a spokesperson says, in part, quote, the main causes of glass failures are either imperfections in the glass or damage caused during use. When we assemble our ovens, we always check for imperfections and take extreme care to ensure that the glass is not damaged during the process. We posted the entire statement along with what Electrolux says you can do to protect the glass from weakening on clickorlando.com. Getting results, I'm Louis Bolden, News 6.
It's something you don't even think that could happen until
Right.
something like that does happen.
How many times have you looked inside the little glass
To see if the dough is
Oh,
rising
is it there
or if the
yet?
crust.
Because
Yeah.
you don't want to open it necessarily
To let the
check.
heat out,
Right.
yeah.
But that's
wow.
wild, and to have multiple incidents.
Yeah.
Oof.
Crazy.
The only spare money I have is for food, so this is definitely gonna brighten up my boy's day. Blessed. That's the only word I can say. Blessed.
Feeling great and grateful and blessed and happy.
If we didn't have this program, what would it be like on Christmas?
It would definitely be really not feasible this year.
Oh my goodness. News 6 has made it a habit to get results every single year for the Salvation Army's Angel Tree program. It makes sure thousands of children across Central Florida get gifts for the holidays.
We do a lot of great stuff here at News 6.
We do,
This is top of the list, though. Of course, those iconic red kettles help raise some money for those gifts as well. So to kick off the giving season, the world's largest red kettle stopped by our studios for Trooper Steve on patrol.
I've never seen this thing before. This thing is massive. Tell me about this.
So everybody's familiar with the iconic red kettle that the Salvation Army
right.
puts out between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Okay.
And the money we raise helps us to provide services through the whole year. So we decided here, this is the most magical city on earth. So why can't the Salvation Army have the biggest red kettle, the world's largest red kettle?
This is massive. You could definitely tell the Major's very proud.
That's right.
Of their, especially it's right here in Orlando. How lucky are we?
We have other officers saying, "Oh, our kettle's bigger than yours." I said, "Let's go on FaceTime and measure it."
Right, measure it out. So, do you know the dimensions of this?
I don't, but it is the world's largest.
He just knows flat out.
That's right.
That's it. No one's coming closer to this.
The dimension is big.
It's all about being the biggest. And you know what? It's great. Anything to get the holiday season started and to bring
get it
in
top of mind.
Absolutely. And so we're going to be kicking off our annual Angel Tree mission next week. It's
Wow.
already here. So keep an eye out for details on clickorlando.com.
That'll get some attention, though, if we had that big red
big
thing
one?
out there.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, and you can hit the road with Trooper Steve on patrol weekday mornings at 8 on the News 6 Plus streaming app for your smart TV or clickorlando.com. We're coming up on the holiday gift-giving season, and this may or may not surprise you, but many of this year's top gifts contain lithium-ion batteries.
Which could pose a problem. We're going to take a closer look at how you can enjoy these products while also keeping you and your family safe. Michelle.
Well, today really didn't feel like November. We actually hit a daytime high of 87 degrees, about 7 degrees above normal. Tomorrow's going to be another warm one, especially heading into the weekend. Of course, I'll have that full forecast coming up shortly.
And a local holiday tradition is returning to Central Florida coming up, where you can see Claire and the chocolate nutcracker with your family.
You're watching News 6 at 6:30 live on News 6 Plus. We're getting results in Mineola, Altamont Springs, and all of Central Florida. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Thursday evening traffic alert. These things have been really going on every single night this week, so please pay attention. 417 from 528 down towards about Boggy Creek, we've been seeing lane closures, and then I-4, some minor ones, westbound lanes from 528 towards the attractions. But out here along 429, you need to be real careful. A lot of construction right around the turnpike, especially overnight. Yesterday, we had a major crash out there. Need you to be cautious as you're cruising through. I'm Trooper Steve with the News 6 Traffic Alert. Drive safely, and I'll catch you in the morning.
All right, let's take you outside for a live look over Daytona Beach from our Daytona Toyota DeLand Kia cameras. That ride does not do it for me. Every time I see it, my stomach just
I'm getting nauseous
does cartwheels. Yeah, exactly. All right, meteorologist Michelle Morgan is here talking about our forecast today. It was surprisingly warm. You know, it's like flip-flop weather, Michelle.
It is flip-flop weather. I agree with you on that one. It was very warm. Temperatures climbed into the upper 80s today. And of course, with the humidity, it felt so much warmer than that. As we take a look at the water vapor imagery here, I do want to show you what's going on here in the atmosphere. We're continuing to watch Hurricane Raphael, which is way west of our area, but it is increasing our moisture across central Florida. You can see some of that green stuff kind of spilling into the state. That's why it's been so humid, so muggy today. We're dealing with easterly winds, so that has been driving up the rip current. We've been dealing with a high rip current risk for the past couple of days or so. Very dangerous boating and beach conditions, and that's going to last as we head into the weekend. Live look outside, downtown Orlando looking fantastic. From our Light Orlando delivering hope. Camera, all is quiet. I'm not tracking any rain, but tracking very warm temperatures. Today we saw a daytime high of 87 degrees. Normally we're supposed to be in the lower 80s. We exceeded that by 7 degrees. Not near the record, but it certainly felt much warmer than upper 80s because of the high humidity. Now currently, temperatures are in the upper 70s, lower 80s. We'll continue to dip into the lower 70s as we go through the overnight hours. But our overnight temperature is not nearly as close as where we're supposed to be for this time of the season, which is the lower 60s. So we're looking at another mild night ahead. Dealing with gusty winds across central Florida, clocking in winds of 20 miles per hour. Again, these are your gusts indicated in red. In Kissimmee, 19 miles per hour in Orlando, 15 miles per hour in Leesburg. As we head to our coastline, 21 miles per hour in Cape Canaveral, Melbourne and Cocoa Beach, and 13 miles per hour out in Palm Coast. So we're going to continue to deal with those gusty winds. So here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast for Melbourne.
Your forecast is sponsored by Florida Lottery.
Staying breezy as we go through the overnight. A few isolated showers are certainly possible. Temperatures slowly falling into the upper 70s. We'll keep the clouds around as we go through the overnight hours. And as we take a look at your clouds and rain forecast, certainly showing that as we get closer to the 11 o'clock hour, continuing to see those clouds move across the state. Closer to the 4 or 5 o'clock hour in the morning tomorrow, a few isolated showers are possible over northern Brevard County. May see a spotty shower over Orange County. Continue to see a few isolated showers through Friday morning. And then heading into Friday afternoon, we'll continue to see a few isolated showers pop up. But many of us will be dealing with a dry Friday ahead. Your morning temperatures, here's where we're looking at. 72 in Titusville, 75 in Cape Canaveral, 73 in Orlando, 70 in Wildwood, as well as the Villages in Claremont, and 69 degrees out in Ocala. Switching gears, what's happening in tropics. There goes Raphael continuing to move to the north or the west-northwest at 9 miles per hour. Looking very impressive on satellite imagery. Continue to see those thunderstorms wrap around the center of that system. Seeing an eye clearing out right there. It's a Category 2 hurricane. Latest update have winds of 105 miles per hour. It's going to continue its journey through the central south Gulf of Mexico in the coming days, holding on to its Category 2 status. A lot of models are showing a strong cold front that will be moving in from the north and west. That is what's going to push this system to the south, or it could dissipate as we head into around Wednesday or Thursday. We'll continue to see what happens, but as of right now, not a threat or a concern for us here in central Florida. Looking at another wave here near the Greater Antilles. Area of disorganized showers and storms has a 20% chance for tropical development in the next 2 to 7 days. A low chance, but we'll continue to watch it as we go through that time frame. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. So for tomorrow, expect partly cloudy skies, a high of 86. Heading into the weekend, looking at a fantastic weekend ahead. If you have any plans, we're looking at middle to upper 80s. Veterans Day is on Monday. A few isolated showers are possible with a high of 84.
Thank you, Michelle. I know it doesn't feel like it, but we are coming up on that holiday gift-giving season. This may or may not surprise you, but many of the top gifts this year contain lithium-ion batteries.
All right, so let's take a look at some of them. Are any of these on your family member's Christmas list? So we've got the cell phone or a tablet. Surely those are on the list, and those are always popular. Electric scooters, a laptop might also be on there.
What about those wireless earbuds, those headphones? Another gift picking up popularity, a robot lawnmower. How about that? All of those use lithium batteries. So News 6's Laverne McGee is looking into ways that you can enjoy all of these products while also keeping you and your family safe.
Look at this home security camera of a dog chewing on a power bank. Watch the flames coming up from the lithium-ion battery while the dog luckily gets away. The dangers of these batteries is something we all need to be aware of.
I'm here with Bill Whalen. He is the division chief for the Volusia County Fire and Rescue. You're seeing an uptick in lithium-ion battery fires.
Yes, we are, and we do have a couple tips for our consumers. Anytime you have a product with a lithium battery in it, you definitely want to follow manufacturer's recommendations, especially with the safety issues of them. When you charge your lithium batteries, once they're fully charged, you do want to unplug them. That's very important. If you need to buy parts for your product or a new battery or a charging cord, please don't buy aftermarket parts. Buy the manufacturer of whatever product you're using.
What kind of products have these type of batteries in them?
Small lithium batteries are everywhere. They're in our cell phones and in our laptops. We're seeing a lot more electric cars on the road that have larger batteries. Most golf carts that you purchase now will have lithium batteries in it because it's a better product.
Chief Whalen, most people, when there's a fire in their home, they go for water or a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, this is your common ABC fire extinguisher, and this is what people will reach for. This will not extinguish a lithium battery fire.
Don't use that.
No, but what's worse is water. If you were to put water on a lithium battery fire, it is going to compound the situation.
If you want to learn more about lithium-ion batteries, the National Fire Protection Association website has more tips and videos. You can also go to clickorlando.com for more information. Laverne McGee, Getting Results, News 6.
It's always crazy when you think about what things use lithium-ion batteries. In today's world, literally almost everything.
Yeah, you just pointed out the Ring doorbell.
The Ring doorbell.
I had no idea.
And I have to charge mine as a battery-powered Ring doorbell. So, I mean, it's good information is once it's fully charged, take it off the charger. Don't just leave it overnight. I know our phones, that's harder to do, of course.
Always charging.
By the way, after a News 6 investigation sparked action, Florida law now empowers the state fire marshal to establish new safety rules for storing and charging lithium-ion batteries. The timeline of that investigation shows the growing danger of the batteries from a DeBerry mother's alarming experience back in 2019 to a deadly fire in New York City in 2023. So in response to our findings, lawmakers took some swift action that resulted in new legislation signed into law by Governor DeSantis back in May. Now the process is underway to create new safety standards that will protect Floridians. For a timeline, again, on how this all became law, all the new safety guidelines, check it out. Go to clickorlando.com and find the story on the homepage. A local holiday tradition is back with more than 120 performers this year.
Today on Breakfast with Bridget, Executive Director of Claire and the Chocolate Nutcrackers spoke with anchor Bridget Ellison. Beverly Page shared some exciting details about what's new this year in the Multicultural Showcase.
It's just an amazing collaboration, not only just with our youth in the community, but we also Claire takes us on a journey around the world. So we are engaging our Central Florida communities, local cultural groups.
So performances from local Haitian and Puerto Rican dance groups will be new features, as well as dancers from the Juilliard School in New York. Tickets start at $39. This year, the show runs one night only at the Dr. Phillips Center in downtown Orlando. It will be Saturday after Thanksgiving. That is November 30th. It is a great, I had a little walk-on role last year.
Yes, I remember.
It was so exciting. It was a packed house, and it really was dazzling because you got the different cultures sharing their dance, and everyone just loved it.
I love how local it is, and I wish it was more nights. I wish we had. I wish it was a week or 2 weeks straight where you could have more of the community come check it out.
For those young kids to perform, some of them are so little at the Dr. Phillips Center.
Yeah, that's true. That makes it so great.
Yeah, you can catch Breakfast with Bridget live weekday mornings at 7:30 on the News 6 streaming app for your smart TV and clickorlando.com.
Well, News 6 is ready to hit the road again.
This time we are going to Pine Hills. News 6 morning anchor and insider guide Crystal Moyer gives us a tour of the town.
Coming up in the morning, a new place to play in one part of Brevard County.
That's right. The city's celebrating the opening of a brand new rec center and why leaders are hoping it'll get results for kids all year round.
Plus your pinpoint weather and traffic every 10 minutes. We'll see you for News 6 morning starting at 5 a.m.
We are hitting the road again. This time we're heading to Pine Hills in Orange County.
News 6 anchor and insider guide Crystal Moyer found the community features its diversity through a number of international grocery stores.
When it comes to our Hits the Road segments, usually I'll do a guide to the city, right? Well, when it comes to Pine Hills, people come here for the grocery shopping.
This is for the stuffing when we get ready to do our Thanksgiving dinner. You have the chicken gizzards and the livers. And I love the fruit, so these are the legumes I buy. They're sweet.
Curtis and Rethel Hunter are buying some groceries at Ensan Market, an Asian grocery store off Pine Hills Road and Colonial Drive. It's located in the Chinatown Plaza. What attracts them to this market?
They have pretty good prices.
And a large assortment of teas.
You can tell I'm Oriental. I'm from China, so I got to find my food.
For Aimao, it's all about getting a taste of home.
We have a lot of Chinese. It is nice to have a store like this. Yeah, because otherwise you eat hamburger, steak. It's good for American, right? For us, we got to have our noodles, our tofu. Right. Okay, something that make your stomach feel good.
Along with exotic vegetables, the grocery store has a large variety of meats, fish, and noodles. Across the street, customers are checking out groceries from a different type of cuisine.
I'm from Jamaica, so most of the things, the snacks and stuff are in here that I like.
The Caribbean Supercenter, also located off Pine Hills Road and Colonial Drive, has aisles and aisles of Caribbean-based products like jerk seasoning, Red Label, and unique snacks like bonbon buns.
Yeah. And then my son is 1. He goes to like the same snack. My daughter is 10. She goes to like the same stuff too. But if it wasn't here, they wouldn't have any part of my culture.
It's like if you're being home again in one of those grocery stores because you can find
basically the same products that you're accustomed to.
And further down Pine Hills Road, you'll find Presidente Supermarket with Latin-based products and unique juices. Neighbors saying these international grocery stores are representative of not just Pine Hills, but all of Central Florida.
It's nice because it shows the diversity in the community, and we have different food to choose from, in addition to Publix and Winn-Dixie and the other stores.
You can tell us about your Pine Hills experiences and learn more about the unique variety of grocery stores at clickorlando.com/insider. In Pine Hills, Crystal Moyer, Getting Results News 6.
Okay, I never would have thought you could do a tour of a community through its grocery stores.
How about that?
I loved it.
It is. I mean, they have literally something for everyone.
Everything, yeah.
I love that. Well, next week, by the way, News 6 hitting the road to Pine Hills. Tuesday, November 12th, we're going to bring you the news from Walt Disney World Boys and Girls Club. That's right in the heart of Pine Hills. We're going to be there from 4 until 7. So come on out, meet the team outside. We hope to see you.
Yeah, and we've all been working on stories
Yes.
for the area, and that's how you get to know the people and the places there. And Crystal's story was a great example of how you don't know what's happening in a community until you put boots on the ground.
Absolutely, and I will tell you, after talking to a couple people who live there, they said it is on the up and up.
That's
It is
awesome.
on
And
the
you're
up and up.
familiar with that area too.
I am, yeah. I have some family members living out there, and you know, that area is always constantly changing. And the supermarkets, they really do have everything for anyone.
I can't wait to go visit.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thank you for watching News 6 at 6:30. Stream News 6 online anytime on our News 6 Plus Smart TV app.
Break news on clickorlando.com. See you back at 11. Take care.
Whether it's painful kidney stones, fertility issues, or even prostate cancer, there's one thing that men can do to ward off these health issues and many more. Joining us today to talk about the importance of regular urological exams is Dr. Jamin Brombat from the Orlando Health Medical Group Urology. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so we know that a lot of men over the age of 40 are going to have some kind of urological issue.
Yeah.
The problem is they don't go to the doctor. Why?
The hardest part is getting them through these doors. And we actually, through Orlando Health, did a survey a few years ago where we actually surveyed over 1,000 men across the country looking for what are the biggest excuses they have. The number one excuse was they don't have enough time. The second excuse was they're afraid of what I'm going to tell them when they come and see me in the office. And the third most common excuse, which I thought was the most revealing to me, was because I thought it was something very simple, was actually my examination. They were worried about what I would do to them when they're in the room, especially when it comes to urologic exam and checking their prostate.
Okay, well, let's break that down a little bit, and maybe we can help men understand it's really not that big of a deal. What happens when they come to see you?
About 80% of the time, it's not even going to be surgery. So a lot of people assume because the walls outside say urologic surgery, they're going to come in here and they're going to need some procedure or some surgery. That's not the case. When it comes to enlarged prostate, a lot of our treatments deal with behavior changes. They may even involve maybe trying some supplements that are natural, and then perhaps some medications. When it comes to kidney stones, a lot of the kidney stones, patients can usually pass on their own, so they may not even need a surgery for them. When it even comes to things like erectile dysfunction or low libido or sexual drive issues, there's lots of things that we can do without having to actually start medicine.
Right. What is the most common problem you treat here?
Men in their 30s and 40s will either come and see me for family planning, so discussing vasectomies, erectile dysfunction, or low libido. That's in the office.
Right.
In the emergency room, usually it's for kidney stones. And as they get older, we may start seeing them more for enlarged prostate issues, so trouble peeing during the day or at night, or blood in their urine.
Right.
And then there's a whole workup that happens with that to make sure that they don't have any urologic cancers.
Because urology isn't just about those areas that we find embarrassing to talk about. It's your bladder, it's your kidneys, it's a lot of your internal organs are involved.
Yeah, and it's not just for men. We actually take care of men and women. So 40% of the patients that we see are actually women, because women get kidney stones. Women have issues with their kidneys when it comes to cancers. Women can have issues with incontinence or urinary issues. So everything that we deal with in men, about half or more we actually see in women as well.
It's another reason to choose well with Orlando Health. If you would like more information, you can visit orlandohealth.com/urology.